OnePlus 7 Pro is a huge step forward for OnePlus, and they now have a phone that for most parts can compete with the very best phones on the market. But it does fail on a few crucial points. See our test with pros and cons, plus the best price and the 3 best alternatives. OnePlus have had some great phones the last couple of years for the price. Their phones have not been as great as the best phones on the market. However, they want to change that with the new OnePlus 7 Pro. It impresses deeply on design, display, navigation speed and gaming, but it's not on par with the very best phones when it comes to antenna quality and, maybe most importantly, camera. OnePlus 7 Pro is not a huge step forward when talking design, but it looks really cool and is extremely well built with a combination of glass and aluminium. And the blue version that I have here, it's simply to die for that color. But it's also a heavy phone with 206 grams. The phone does not have an official IP certification, which is given for how waterproof a phone is. But OnePlus promised that it can handle a shower or if you spill liquid on it. The selfie camera is pretty fly. It's motorized and pops up when you want to take selfies or use the face unlock function. It's fast and the selfie camera is actually good. A nice function is the selfie camera activated and you drop the phone, then it automatically pulls in so it won't break. The perhaps biggest improvement on the OnePlus 7 Pro is the display. It's in direct competition with the very best displays from Samsung and Apple. It's simply amazing. 6.67 inch big with 2K resolution, and it's a fluid AMOLED display. Why fluid AMOLED? Because it got 90 Hz refresh rate instead of 60 Hz. That means the screen refreshes 90 times per second instead of 60 times, which gives a more fluid experience. Basically, the display is simply fantastic. Under the screen we have the fingerprint scanner. Normally they suck. Traditional scanners are much better. But on OnePlus 7 Pro there has been some dramatic improvements. There's more space for the scanner and more lenses. Now it takes only 0.26 seconds to unlock compared to earlier 0.6 seconds. More importantly, it's much more reliable than normal and actually works every time we use it. I do not see major difference in normal phone use with the 90 Hz screen, but playing games, that's a different story. A game as Modern Combat 5 has never looked as good as on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Crisp colors, extremely nice details. The sound is also fine from the 2 speakers on the phone. Combined with the effective gaming mode, where you can answer calls from the speaker, block notifications, enhance the display and other gaming relevant stuff, OnePlus 7 Pro is probably the best gaming phone right now. OnePlus 7 Pro comes in different versions with 6, 8 or 12 GB RAM. This phone is with 12 GB RAM. Total overkill in my point of view. 6 GB RAM will give you just the same experience when it comes to navigation speed, and it's much cheaper. To improve the navigation speed, you should enable RAM Boost. RAM Boost increases RAM usage according to how you use your phone. Over time, the phone learns how you use your phone, for example, what kind of apps you open in the morning and during the day. Then the phone allocates RAM for making sure these apps are ready to open, and when you do open them, they open in a split second. The UI is Android 9 and Oxygen OS, which is also a nice, quick combination. The battery life is average to good. Average when you use the 90 Hz update rate of the screen, good when using the more normal 60 Hz. My advice, use only the 90 Hz for gaming, it's easy to change anytime you want. The Warp Charger, a more fancy way for saying quick charger, can charge the phone from 0 to 100% in about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Not record fast, but very decent. The price for OnePlus 7 Pro starts from $669 or around 600 euros. That is actually a very good price, but there are 2 major things you need to be aware of before you buy this phone. Is it unfair to have the camera on the negative list? It is a fine camera and perform fine basically, but in low light it's actually pretty far behind phones like Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus and Huawei P30 Pro, just to mention a few. The camera do struggle in low light condition, also when we use nightscape. Actually, the phone takes greater pictures without using nightscape. There's too much noise on the pictures. I'm also not impressed with the bokeh effect for portraits and macro photos. The antenna quality, it's poor with a very high SAR value. Let's compare SAR value on some of the newest and most popular phones right now. The higher SAR value, the poor antenna quality. In areas with poor mobile coverage, you will experience problems keeping the phone on the network, which is pretty important unless you like seeing your phone turning into a brick. In cities you probably won't feel a thing though, as the network is fine in most cities. But poor antenna quality makes the phone work harder, thus using more chip and RAM power, which further means more battery usage. Other things I have on the negative list: it's too big for easy one-hand usage, there's no headphone jack, there's no memory card slot, and finally there's no wireless charging. OnePlus 7 Pro is overall a great phone, but as we have seen, it also has some drawbacks. Here are 3 great alternatives. I have to give 7 Pro top rating. It's simply amazing on design, display, navigation speed, user friendliness and gaming. But I would not buy it myself, mainly because of the camera performance and partly because of the antenna quality. OnePlus 7 Pro is a huge step forward for OnePlus, but there are still some greater alternatives out there.